Good morning, everybody. It's AJ. I just wanted to say hi and welcome to April, or mid-April, I should say. And it is also Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month. And as you can see, Archie has decided to take part in another video, so he doesn't want to get off my lap, so he's going to hang out for a minute. You've all met Archie before. In 1974, the very first piece of legislation to actually recognize child neglect and child abuse was passed. And in 1982, more standards were set and more guidelines were set for, things to follow. And it was in 1982, I believe, that the very first Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month was designated for April. So I'm just sitting here today to talk to you a little bit about child abuse, child neglect, and how it's there. It's everywhere we go. It happens every minute of every day somewhere. Somebody is endangering a child, neglecting a child, abusing a child. And it is this very sad situation. Not only is that sad, but what also is sad is the other side of the spectrum, where somebody who is not abusing their child nor neglecting their child gets hauled in and gets their children taken away because he said, she said, or, there are medical reasons. There are medical conditions that when a child is brought into the ER, that aspect of that diagnosis is believed to be child abuse, and that's wrong too. But first and foremost, I'm here to say child abuse, child neglect, child prevention is important. If you are public servant, so to speak, if you are a teacher, if you are a school counselor, any type of counselor or public servant, you are mandated by law to report your suspicions, which I feel is a good standard to hold, because sometimes that child at home is comfortable in a school setting because they feel safe. They don't feel endangered. That may be their comfort zone, to where they can go and speak to their counselor about things that have happened at home. Maybe not their counselor, but if they're a young child and they've had the same teacher day in and day out all school year, they might have that comfort level built with that teacher to where they can go and say, hey, I don't know if this is wrong, I don't know if this is right, but something's bothering me and this is what's going on at home. And that teacher and that counselor can guide them and steer them in the right direction and bring in someone from social services and get the matter taken care of and protect the child. Because no matter what, whether it is a true case of abuse and neglect, or it is a case of potential neglect and abuse, or even if it is something that is medically found out later, while that shadow is already cast, it's almost, you'd rather have that shadow cast because then you know that medical diagnosis. But the child is innocent. Every child is innocent. Every child deserves to be loved, to be cared for, to be treated as such. They don't deserve to be starved. They don't deserve to be beaten and tortured or verbally abused, mentally abused, physically abused. Because even if you yell at your child and you yell at your child in the wrong way, in the wrong tone, or heaven forbid you say, I hate you, or anything like that, it is detrimental to that child because that child is growing. And shaken baby syndrome, huge. You don't realize how innocent that child is and how tender that child's life is and how much damage just one little shake can do. It may not be intentional, but you've already committed a crime. So stand tall, be aware, just spread the word. if you have any suspicions, any ideas, child abuse, child neglect, this is Child Prevention Month. So let's be the voices for those who can't speak out yet. So happy April, everybody, from me to you and the JGF family. Help us spread the word about prevention. And hey, look, Archie's here. He wants to say hey, and guess what? He's a cat. He deserves to be loved too. And, you know, technically, yeah, he's still a baby. But child abuse prevention is where it starts. And the standards for penalties are so much greater than they were years ago. So you see a child in a car seat, in the back seat of a car on a hot day, you know what? Don't think twice. Call 911. You see something wrong in the grocery store, don't think twice. Call 911. Do what you can do as that advocate for that child that doesn't have a voice. So, love you guys. Thank you for listening. And have a great day from me and the entire JGF organization family. Have a great one. We love you guys.